We're now getting an important piece of breaking news. We're learning that the International Monetary Fund has raised India's growth forecast for 2025-26 despite US tariff hikes. IMF projects India's growth for 2025 to 6.6% and for 2026 to 6.2%, which is the highest in emerging market and developing economies. My colleague Pallavi continues to be with us. Pallavi, a very, very important update. And one thing to underline is that despite India battling those tariffs, tough ones from US, this growth story remains. And IMF is underlining that very factor for India.
Yes, yesterday the IMF chief also gave out a huge thumbs up as far as India's economy is going. 6.6 is the projection. The RBI, for example, has given a projection of actually a whopping 7.8%. And not just the IMF. If you look at the other international rating systems, whether it's Moody's, S&P, Fitch, all of them have actually given the same kind of a projection which the IMF has given. And IMF giving it is huge because they look at the larger picture. The borrowing rates, the return, how you are returning back the loans, the capability of a country to return back those loans. These becomes very important benchmark. And according to IMF, there are multiple reasons why India can develop and is developing despite the uncertainty of the US tariff and the high amount of tariff which has been imposed. That is because of the reformist, progressive schemes announced by the government and the policies. For example, the income tax slash, the slab being lowered. Then, of course, there's a GST 2.0. Yesterday, we saw, for example, EPF, also concessions being given to consumers. You know, Griha, very quickly, what is very important for any growth story is that people should buy. They should spend money. They should not start hoarding money or save it. And that is why opening up your wallet becomes a very important benchmark in deciding whether the economy is growing. The IMF certainly feels that with these kind of measures which are being taking place, our focus on Atmanirbhar, looking at newer markets, looking beyond US, no obsession with the American market, is enough reason why they are confident that India is on a growth trajectory.
Pallavi, thank you so much for all of those details there. We have a reaction that's coming in. Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Shehzad Poonawala talking about this latest projection by the International Monetary Fund.
IMF ने बताया है कि भारत सबसे तेजी से बढ़ने वाली बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था एक बार फिर से बनी है और उन्होंने भारत के ग्रोथ फोरकास्ट को 20 बेसिस पॉइंट से बढ़ाया है और 6.6% ग्रोथ रेट होगी भारत की, ये बताया है। अभी हाल ही में 7.8% ग्रोथ रेट भी भारत ने दर्ज करवाई। तो जो लोग ट्रम्पेट कर रहे थे कि भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था डेड है, दरअसल उनके पॉलिटिकल करियर डेड है। आज भारत एक आर्थिक शक्ति के रूप में उभरा है, पर कुछ लोग भारत की आर्थिक शक्ति, सैन्य शक्ति, कूटनीतिक शक्ति पर लगातार सवाल खड़े करते हैं। उनको कम से कम आज माफी मांगनी चाहिए।